Hi guys, Zach from Granite State TCG here. We just finished up loading up the car for our show tomorrow, but just kind of wanted to sit down and make a video talking about how my process goes in terms of card shows, buying, customer interactions, and 5 really important things that I like to stick to and that let me sell more, buy more, and have a more sustainable business overall. So number one, gonna start off with everything, customer interactions. I see so many people at shows and they'll have somebody walk up to their booth and they just won't even say anything. They'll be sitting on their phone, they'll have earbuds in, or they'll just like make a passing glance. Every time somebody walks up to your table, introduce, say hello, ask if they're looking for anything. Does it get tiring? Sure, like it 100% does, but it's definitely worth it to build that rapport, keep you in a really good headspace. I know when I'm giving my whole cadence to customers all day, it keeps me very, very positive compared to what I would be if I was just sitting there on my phone not paying attention. So definitely just interact with your customers when they come to the table. Interact with everyone, even if they're not a buyer, because they might be more willing to, when they're a buyer, come back to your table versus somebody else because you made that extra step and you made that connection and you made that interaction. Second thing I really wanted to touch on, price your cards with stickers. I don't care if it's on the front, I don't care if it's on the back, I don't care how much time it takes you the night before a show to sit there and reprice things on TCG Player. Price your cards. As a walker, personally, if I go up to a table and nothing is priced, I walk away. Pricing your cards is a really good way for walkers to see that you are priced accurately to the market. If you're not priced accurate to the market, it's a separate issue. But having everything priced, somebody can look at, oh, cool, he has Lugia V Altart for 345. I know market for that is about 340, 345. So the rest of his cards should be relatively reasonable. Let me ask if he's able to trade. Let me ask if he would do a small deal on this or that. But pricing your cards is what's going to lead to more of those interactions, because people are going to understand that you're at the correct price, you're not gouging them, because a lot of newer vendors, not saying all, a lot of newer people that have been getting into the hobby because they see the money, right? All the people that have been coming from sneakers, all the people that have been coming from sports cards, right? A lot of them, not all of them, are in it for the money. And they're going to overprice their stuff because they know it'll still sell. Or they're not going to put a price tag on there to let you look, and they're going to sit there and look everything up, and it's just going to slow down every deal. Price your cards. Doesn't matter how much time it takes the night before, price your cards. In terms of buying and trading with customers, my next tip, I love to just be upfront about my percentages. I buy at 70%, I trade at 80%, I make a few exceptions. That's it. And I don't usually say I make a few exceptions. I say I buy at 70, trade at 80. That way, when you're walking into a deal and they hand you a stack of cards, they have it in their mind that they're like, oh, okay, I could let this go for 70%. Or I could trade this at 80% for something I see. They're going into the negotiation with you with a reasonable expectation. Yeah, if they ask for 75% cash, is that completely out of your wheelhouse? Not at all. If they ask for 85% cash, right, you know you're not going to align, so they're probably not even going to bother having you look through and comp things and actually take the time to do it. So that's always nice. If you're upfront with your customers, it's going to save you both a lot of time. I know sometimes it shows, I mean, you guys have seen it in my POVs, it's back to back to back to back deals because the shows are just so busy. There's always people at the table, and as much as I love that, it's so much easier if you say, yep, I buy at 70, trade at 80, and they walk away. That's fine. Somebody might pay them more. It's just not going to be me, and I've just saved myself a spot at my table, and I've saved myself that time to make an interaction with somebody else who's either going to buy something or they're going to be okay with my percentages. Hi, baby. Okay. Hi. Number 4 is just going to be pricing cards quick. Whether that's cards you've just taken in that you need to put back out, or whether that's cards you're taking in on a buy or a trade. getting proficient with TCG Player, the app specifically. You can use a laptop, you can use an iPad, whatever. Get familiar with the app on your phone. Learn all the little tips and tricks. Just know a few things off the top of your head. Getting proficiency with TCG Player and being able to price things out quick and efficiently is really going to keep people coming back to sell and trade to you over other vendors. There's so many vendors. You're at these shows, there's 90, 100, 150 tables. You need to stand out. And a way that I love to do that is I am super quick with pricing things out, giving them a cash and a trade number. I usually just give them both. I'll ask, but it's usually both. And just letting them take a look. I write it down somewhere and I say, yeah, take a look around, let me know what you find. You can always do part as well. So I'll let them do part trade, part cash. But being proficient with TCG Player is such an amazing skill to have. One of the tips I love for Pokemon specifically, with the Scarlet and Violet era, especially when you're looking up art rares, if you look up the card name space 1, 99 out of 100 times it's gonna come up. Because for Sword and Shield era, they didn't do the numbers on TCG Player for some reason, and they started it during Scarlet Violet. So most of the time when you're looking up that number, it's gonna come up. So that's one of the tips I have for that. But yeah, getting proficient with TCG Player as an app is just invaluable, and it definitely keeps people coming back more and more. As well, on buying and trading, if somebody is trying to get an extra $5-10 bucks out of you, don't even argue it. For buys and trades, don't even argue it. If you're buying at your percentage, which again for me is 70% buy, 80% trade, if somebody's trying to argue you for 5 or 10 bucks on a big deal, let them feel like they've won. That's not an issue at all. You're giving up that $5 or $10, and guess who's going to come back more likely than not next time and come sell you more stuff at, let's say it's 71% versus 70%. Who cares? They're coming back. It's not affecting your bottom line. And I would say the same thing on larger priced items or big deals. If you have a card for, let's say you have a card for 65 and a card for 75, and they want to be into the pair for, what would that be, 135 versus 140, don't even bat an eye. You shake their hand, they walk away happy, you walk away happy, they remember you because you gave them a $5 deal. If they're spending enough money with you and they ask for a little bit off, they're just trying to haggle, they're trying to, play the art of the deal. Play the art of the deal. Let them be the ones to make the deal. That's not a problem at all. I also find myself a lot of the times finishing off deals with coin flips, which is another thing I would definitely consider, is being open to coin flips. It's just a really good way to help close a deal. Sometimes a customer, so they'll say their number, they'll say your number. If you coin flip at your number, their number, you're meeting in the middle. You can also coin flip at their number and a higher number than yours if you never say your number. So let's say you have a $720 card. They want to be into it for $700. So you say, okay, let's coin flip 740. You're still at your $720 number. And if you do enough coin flips over enough shows, it's going to even out. So coin flips are also just a really good deal closing tool I've found. Also looks great on content. If you guys are, getting your Instagram and your Facebook and your YouTube and all your social media. Short clips like that where it's a coin flip just kill the algorithm for sure. But that's basically all I had. I mean, get out there and start buying and trading, man. Be open to trades at shows. I mean, trades are how I've made the majority of my inventory growth, more than buying with cash. Obviously do both, but people are a lot more willing to trade their good shit for good shit, funny enough. So that was all from me. Just kind of wanted to sit down and record something. Like I said, we're packing up for the show tomorrow, so we'll have a couple vendor POVs coming out next week and the week after as well. But perfect. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.